Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome to AOA Wrestling. I am your host James Atkins, and as always we have an action-packed card for you here tonight. And we'll go straight into the action with this opening tag team contest, which will see two teams consisting of two great rivalries here in AOA. Introducing the first man making his way to the ring, Tommy Jordan Jr., who had a very successful debut last week against Blackbeard, and now finds himself in a situation where he will be going on to Eclipse to face said opponent. However, tonight he's got to go through Blackbeard once again and a tag partner in this opening contest, and we'll get on to that man in a short while. But speaking of Jordan's tag team partner for this evening, a man who surprisingly turned his back on his tag team partner, none other than RJ Miles, who, after losing his tag team championship opportunity, decided to assault his tag partner after the match. In what was a bizarre, somewhat questionable move by RJ. But now, perhaps, going to face the consequences of those actions here tonight. If not, perhaps at Eclipse. Anyway, introducing their opponents. Introducing first, we have Blackbeard, who, despite losing in an impressive showing in our opening contest last week, has made AOA management give him an opportunity to square off at one of our biggest shows of the year, Eclipse. However, we still wonder how he was able to wrestle with an eye patch on. Seems to be a very popular chat amongst some of the staff here at AOA. Not so much wrestlers. But looking to put himself in the win column here tonight. And perhaps get a bit of revenge for his loss last week. Leading towards the Eclipse. And speaking of revenge, his tag team partner. Is none other than Darren Tarleton, who I believe, along with everyone else, is questioning why RJ Miles turned his back on him after winning and earning an opportunity to become tag team champions. And on their first chance of being able to succeed. Makes you wonder what kind of mindset RJ has. Perhaps the mindset of a bit of a crybaby, some could dare say. But nonetheless, what is done has been done. And now we have the contest before us tonight. Tommy starting for his, Blackbeard starting for his team. And Tommy with a swing and a miss with that clothesline. A forearm there by Blackbeard, second, and put him back into the wrong part of town for Tommy, and his arm going away and putting him down to one knee for an armbar. And nicely done. Nice technical powers of Tommy Jordan. Finding some forearms of his own. Now pissing up before a go-home driver. Now just swinging wildly with some punches. Stomped his stomach. This Tommy now looking to do some damage to the fingers of Blackbeard and make it harder to punch. There is a jawbreaker there. Nice forearm by Blackbeard as Blackbeard now more central to the ring, looking to launch Tommy straight into. And while this is happening, we cut to a live feed that stage, and Hunter Quinn and apparently they just mercilessly attacking Black. These two men will be facing off in a tag team match later on tonight, but apparently Hunter Quinn wanted to get his hands on one of the tag champs early and just throwing him around the locker room. Don't understand what the meaning of this. Big spin kick there by Hunter Quinn, and now pick up the briefcase and again wailing on the back of Black with it. Now running away from the scene as we come back to the action. Darren in control. Tommy Jordan Jr. as they both go to the outside, but an unexpected assault there by Hunter Quinn. We don't know what that will mean for the tag team match later on tonight between the American Suplex Machines and Divine Light. But it does not look good for the tag team champions at the moment. It's down, throws in. Tommy Jordan and Jordan getting the tag to RJ, and this is probably what we wanted to see, ladies and gentlemen. Although probably not like this. A big round knee and a kitchen sink there by Miles. And again, a bit more of a kick that time. He's flipping over Darren and looking to tie him up a bit into a Windsor knot. And just punting Darren right into the base of the spine, and a big super kick, and just draping himself over the top. Backbeard smartly broke out the count. Tommy a bit too slow, perhaps has been blocking his way. With both men now going to the outside. RJ now picking that down. I've got in mind cartwheel Death Valley driver. That is not all that good, needing to be more in his corner now. And there's a flat power bomb from RJ Miles. One. Only getting on one count yet again. Blackbeard saving the pin. Down low with Berserker and a backbreaker Russian leg sweep combination, and a bit of breakdancing, although probably not a wise move for Dan at the moment, as he's in there with perhaps his biggest rival with a flurry of strikes there. Full Nelson slam. It's now Darren being pulled more towards the corner. What does RJ have in mind? Tagging Tommy Jordan Jr. That's softening up a bit more. It begins to target the arm. Got there. A pop-up powerbomb. And that could be it. Ooh, but Blackbeard yet again saving the count for the team, and been unceremoniously sent to the outside by RJ. Isn't the kid to go after him. Tommy Jordan now perhaps looking to put the finishing touches. Hoisting her up for a package pile driver. Going for the pin. One. Yet again, Blackbeard saving the match and taking out the referee in doing so. Tommy's just flipping off Blackbeard there, and then the fans. Tommy Jordan Jr. not a happy man. Not the slightest as he drops down and moves out the way of the corner in a nice roundhouse there. Seems to be some chest problems for Darren. It's Tommy just standing over him, perhaps thinking what move to punish Darren with. Goes up and a pop-up powerbomb yet again. And now whipped into the corner. And a big European uppercut there. And Blackbeard just too far away, and look at Jordan standing on the hand. Well, he's perhaps setting up for another package pile driver to Darren, and drops in on his head and neck. Goes for the pin. One. Blackbeard yet again breaking up the pin. And it's a face buster for his troubles. Zarja watches. Going for the pin was Tommy, and having his feet up on the ropes just for the extra leverage, and it gets in the win. Perhaps a feet on the ropes with some extra leverage. Perhaps it was a bit more of an insurance policy despite the fact that Blackbeard was nowhere near down to be able to break it up. In the end, a very violent showing of Tommy Jordan Jr. and a valiant effort from Darren and Blackbeard. In the end, your winners, RJ Myers and Tommy Jordan Jr. And they always ride some momentum to their respective eclipse matchups. And now we move on to our next contest, which, with the first man being introduced, would excite the fans normally. However, tonight, a bit more of a hope and pray, as there is a reason why it's a hope and pray. Killian Red not even letting the bell go for this match. He's now just started the onslaught on Jay Hunty, and I don't think this match will probably get started after the way Killian dismantled Zach Smith last week. And no offense to Jay Hunty, he isn't a former Commonwealth champion. He is an impressive wrestler, no doubt about it. Oh no, Killian, let's think about it. Jay Hunty fighting out of it. But Killian perhaps not done. And a big shot to the stomach. Manhandling Hunty. Now just raining in the fist to the head. And now, again with the pickup, a straight deadlift. We need to get some form of security out here. I know it is not entirely the company's strong suit, but something needs to be done. It's Killian Red just repeatedly powerbombing Jay Hunty, but Jay Hunty thrown around, ragdolled by Killian Red. And then we have a referee trying to stop this as both men go back and forth. Still a big suplex there by Killian Red. Well, after that sickening display by Killian Red, we'll move on to our next contest, I suppose. That match between Killian Red and Jay Hunty will not be happening here tonight. But we move on to our next contest. Introducing first, we have the assassin, Mark Williams, who I'm not sure if he's caught up to date with what has recently happened in his new residence in Athens, but he received a surprise visitor. However, I doubt that it's bothering him at this moment. He appears to be laser focused on his opponent here tonight. And to be honest, you mentioned earlier about praying for his opponent in the terms of Killer Edge. You might have to pray for your opponent here tonight of this man, because if he does know, he will not be in a good mood. Speaking of which, introducing his opponent, we have Marshall Stevens, who perhaps has been arguably one of our best new signings for this season. And he's proved week out why he could be a mainstay here in AOA. Whether it's a win or a loss, or on the odd occasion if it's a draw. However, tonight he probably faces his toughest challenge to date. Mark Williams, Marshall Stevens. Next match is officially underway. And already caught and slammed into the mat is Marshall Stevens. Perhaps he does know and he's just going to torture Stevens here tonight. It's looking like a high possibility. It's just clubbing blows. So fun. Swinging and miss with a headbutt with a nice finance carry takeover. Jab there. We went for a double chop, did both men, and Mongolian from Mark Williams and taken down was Marshall Stevens. Stevens now off the ropes. Drop down. Another one. And a third. And Mark Williams sick of the games of Marshall Stevens and a big high knee. And that's Jason Spade up in the crowd, making his way a bit more front and center. Don't understand what the meaning of this is. Perhaps getting a closer look as he jumps over the barricade. And perhaps Mark Williams doesn't know that Jason Spade is on the outside. If he does, he's soon going to find out as there he is, just to the bottom right of our screen. Obviously this big backbreaker there. Knee drop there by Stevens. And a big kick to the back. Perhaps seeing Spade has taken Mark a bit off his game. And Stevens is capitalizing on it. Big kick to the back there and a stomp as well. Now Mark on the ropes. Whipped off, a drop down, another one, and another from Stevens, and again Mark not gonna run. Mark Williams. Shot there. Stevens now taking control of Williams and ramming the head into the buckle, looking for a quick 10. And gets all of them. In fact, perhaps the sight of Spade on the outside is doing a lot more than we thought. There with some blood dripping. There's some bandages and a nice double stop there by Stevens. Credit where credit's due. Stevens is putting off an impressive showing here against Mark Williams as he's now fed into the corner and a reversal there. And a rolling kick by Marshall Stevens as he goes for a pin. Two, only getting a 2. Mark Williams perhaps not entirely with it, and there's a spike suplex pile driver, also known as a screwdriver. Now Marshall Stevens and sent over the ropes, and perhaps Mark Williams not smartly choosing. I know his rival is nearby and perhaps trying to send a message to him, but taking his eye off Stevens, so far proving to be a mistake in this match. If there's some plugging blows from Stevens. Block there. Stevens holds him up and a flapjack. Perhaps Stevens going to get a win and a big front flip DDT. Is that going to be it? The referee doing circle 2, 3. Well, ladies and gentlemen, who could call that an upset? But a very impressive showing by Marshall Stevens. And whatever on earth got into Mark's head when Jason Spade had arrived at the ringside area, it was enough to cost him the match. And there we see Jason Spade very happy about Marshall Stevens pick out the victory, but I doubt he is done there as he pulls out a steel chair. And I think this is just a matter of revenge as a solid shot to the head. And another shot with the steel chair. That's a matter of oh no, Jason. I understand things are a bit personal, but we don't have to resort to this. Sandwiching the throat in the chair and stepping on it. That's doing all kinds of damage to that throat area, and a Lanzenberg lobotomy just to put the exclamation on it. This is a dark side of Jason Spade I have not seen. And it can't be good for Mark Williams. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to our next contest, and this was scheduled to be a team match. However, unfortunately, as you can see, as Wizard Brad makes his way to the ring, Malcolm Black will not be able to compete tonight if he did not gain clearance after the assault from Hunter Quinn. And now Malcolm having to rest on the sidelines as Bruce Brad has to take a Brad-sized task and defeat his opponents tonight after the despicable actions earlier from Hunter Quinn. I suppose all to give himself and Jordan Nicholson an advantage into this match. The American Suplex Machine, who quite arguably, had they just allowed Malcolm to compete in this match, could have earned themselves an AOA Tag Team title shot that they might be able to get their hands on it, defeating Bruiser Brad. Whilst it is one man, it's the biggest man of them all. It's a matter of time. Bruiser Brad versus Hunter Quinn, starting off the American Suplex Machines, and the match is underway. And Hunter's, well, he may have been an AOA World Champion, but trying to scoop slam Bruiser Brad right off the bat wasn't entirely his smartest move. He's now just taking a thumping to the back of his head. Chop, well, getting dragged out a bit more central to the ring, but chop after chop after chop to the back of the head. And I could imagine those was some good nice takedown there by Hunter. Perhaps being a lot lower than Brad at that time, was able to help get him up, slam him to the floor. And showed him some nice arm drag there. Brad now being picked up, Jordan being thrown off straight away, kick to the gut, and a swing to the back, and I think it only just clipped Jordan Nicholson there. Shot to the face. It's now being thrown into the American Suplex Machine's corner, but moving out the way of that man. Taking control of Nicholson, and well, his partner might not be there, but technically smart tag team wrestling. I mean, you'd even say this is smart handicap wrestling as well, as he has cut the ring off for Jordan Nicholson to make it to his partner Hunter Quinn, and going for the pin far distance away on Hunter, but only getting a 1 count from that. He's showing now with a nice arm drag. Bit of a collision there by both men, and a backslide driver by Jordan Nicholson, and the crowd not happy by what they are witnessing. Two men, surely their opponent may be the size of two men, but it's still an unfair advantage as Bruiser Brad sent to the outside by Hunter Quinn. And I think this pretty much works more in the domain of Hunter Quinn, as proven earlier tonight. And a nice DDT there on the concrete. Dragon screw as well, targeting the leg of the big man. And nice flow of strikes there by Hunter Quinn, sending it back into the ring. And dropping a knee to the small of the back. And again. And a third time. And a fourth. That was just dropping knees to those Hunter, but shot to the gut there. And a big backbreaker there by Bruiser Brad. So now he looks to scoop some Hunter Quinn, but Quinn blocking it. And a nice stroke there by Hunter. Is that going to be it? 1, 2, 3. Surprisingly so. I'm not sure if that was a kick, a knee, or a punch. We'll have to, well, hopefully we'll get a better angle of it in these replays, but whatever it was, clearly was enough to take the big bruiser Brad. And, well, it wasn't the best angle, but whatever that was, it hit its mark. And hit it well enough to keep the big man down for the 3. And your winners, Jordan Nicholson, Hunter Quinn, the American Suplex Machines. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the main event of the evening. Introducing first, we have Ryan Moore, who has been asking to perhaps be included into the main event of Eclipse. And while that demand might have fallen on deaf ears at this moment in time, the victory over his opponent here tonight might convince not myself, but Cameron Cray a chance to be included into the match. Not me, however, I don't have that power here in any way. For some reason though, my name is supposed to spring up. I do apologise. Cameron Cray, if you're listening to this, please don't fire me. Anyway, introducing his opponent. He is the reigning, defending AOA World Heavyweight Champion, the Nordic Giant, Caleb Gray, who has had a very impressive run this season so far. He's really come out of that shell and become a very dominant force here in AOA, and is now looking to main event Eclipse for that championship around his race against Crimson. However, he will not want to overlook Ryan Moore here tonight and focus more on Crimson, because Ryan Moore arguably could be the fastest rising star we have in AOL, product of AOL. I know we mentioned that earlier about Marshall Stevens, but Ryan Moore could arguably also be in that contention. Anyway, Ryan Moore, Caleb Gray, the match officially underway, and Ryan Moore fairly eager to get the match underway, getting the ref to try and start it quickly, although in these early moments there might be something he will regret later. This is now just getting stomped by the Nordic Giant, smartly rolling out the ring. Caleb maybe just in mid time saw Ryan Moore now going back to gesturing to the crowd, and a big super kick there by Ryan Moore in a cross arm German. Ryan Moore not here to play games tonight. If he wants to prove that he should be included in that main event. And you could argue, whilst it's pretty much set in stone at the moment, a victory over Caleb Gray might change things, not for a pitch maybe later down the line. Although sweeper leg there by Caleb, we thought that Caleb could be in trouble. forearm shot there to the face of Caleb. Looking to the corner. A big clothesline to the back of the head for Caleb. Jawbreaker there by Ryan. And so far these two men going fairly back and forth, and a nice DDT there by Caleb, planting Ryan's head into the canvas. Snapmare over by Caleb. Now just wrenching on the chin lock. Not for long with another jawbreaker there by Ryan. Nice kick there, sending Caleb reeling back. Swap over there. Caleb probably having some dangerous things in mind. There's a nice super arm drag, or an avalanche arm drag. Going for the pin off that, but Caleb unable to get the free there. Perhaps setting up for that one-handed choke slam. It's a hard whip into the buckle. It's Caleb now. Camel clutch. Two round more, but Ryan's sliding out from underneath. Blocked there by Caleb. A nice hook around there by Ryan Moore. That signal. Put some finishing touches on Caleb. That's a whip reverse there by Caleb. Nice backflip over by Ryan. Back under and a nice jumping clothesline. Perhaps this is the moment Ryan needs. Let's put it away. Double underhook, Tiger Driver. Is that going to be it? 1, 2, and 2. Ryan Moore dangerously close to pinning the champion there. Caleb now looking for another DDT on Ryan Moore. Exerting suggestion. But his younger opponent away, and a nice boot to the face there by Ryan Moore. Whip over the ropes, and Caleb Gray, and perhaps looking to suplex Ryan in, but doorbuster there, and perhaps looking to set up for the 6:30. Saw Caleb stand up and change. And eats a one-handed choke slam after being pulled out the air. It's going to be at 1, 2, 3. And the crowd chanting, "This is awesome," and you can't argue against it, ladies and gentlemen. Two products of AOA with a brilliant back and forth match. Ryan Moore at multiple occasions so close getting the victory, but in the end getting caught with that one-handed choke slam. And unfortunately for Ryan, that is all she wrote on this match. Your winner, ladies and gentlemen, the AOA World Heavyweight Champion, the Nordic Giant, the Berserker, Caleb Gray. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is the final episode before AOA Eclipse. I hope you've had a good night tonight. I have been James Ayrton, and I will see you next time at AOA.